Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here. So the opponent for Oleksandr Usyk's October the 12th fight has been announced. Oleksandr Usyk will be fighting 6'2" heavyweight Tyrone Spong. Tyrone Spong has a record of 14-0 with 13 knockouts. I actually made a video talking about this potential fight a few days ago. There were rumours that this was the fight for Oleksandr Usyk, and I've already made a video sharing my initial thoughts on this matchup, and I've got to say, my thoughts pretty much remain the same. Ultimately, I would have liked to have seen a better opponent for Oleksandr Usyk. I wasn't expecting the world, to be honest, but in comparison to the original names that were mentioned, guys like Carlos Takam and even Andrei Fedosov, I feel Tyrone Spong is a big step down from those guys, and at the very least, I would have liked to have seen Usyk maybe fight, a real heavyweight, a real big heavyweight. Oleksandr Usyk is the taller, longer guy here, so he's not going to be severely undersized in this fight. I just don't think Tyrone Spong will ask any questions of Usyk as a heavyweight. That's my real disappointment. Was I expecting Oleksandr Usyk to fight a top 5 heavyweight? Absolutely not. But I was just expecting something a little bit better than Tyrone Spong. Like I mentioned, the names that were originally mentioned, I was happy with. But this one, Tyrone Spong is low level. We've got to be honest about it. And I fully expect Usyk to do a job on Tyrone Spong. Tyrone Spong does have a high knockout ratio, so Usyk will need to be a bit careful. Maybe this guy can punch and he's got genuine power. We will see, but I think that's inflated. I believe that is due to the fact he's fought a low level of competition throughout his career. I mean, Tyrone Spong's competition has been awful against guys with terrible records, losing records. He's been scoring these knockouts against absolute cream puffs, and the best guy he fought was Yatalo Pereira. Now, Pereira is a good journeyman, and he took Tyrone Spong the distance. I do know Spong was injured in that fight, but still, it doesn't really bode well for me, if I'm being completely honest. So listen, I fully expect Oleksandr Usyk to win this fight, and I expect him to win it comfortably. Of course, I will still watch it. I want to see how Usyk looks with the extra poundage, the extra weight. Will he move the same? Will his style change a little bit? Will his punch output be the same? There's still questions I have of Usyk at heavyweight that may be answered in this fight, but we'll see. We'll see. And one more thing to note. I have been pretty down about this fight, but it's worth considering. Sometimes these guys who cross over from kickboxing, they can be a bit awkward. They can be a bit herky-jerky, hard to time, and just a bit off-key for regular boxers. You can go back to someone like Nicky Holzken, who fought Callum Smith in the World Boxing Super Series. Nicky Holzken was a very good kickboxer, and he turned over to boxing. He was 13-0 when he fought Callum Smith, never really fought anybody of any consequence, but he made Callum Smith look quite bad. Don't get me wrong, Callum Smith won pretty much every round, but he made Callum Smith look bad due to his awkwardness and toughness. Maybe Spong could be something similar. There's a Russian cruiserweight by the name of Alexei Papin. He actually recently lost to Ilunga Makabu in a really good fight. But Alexei Papin, for a guy who was a kickboxer, I think he's transitioned quite well into boxing. He pushed a world level guy all the way in Ilunga Makabu, and he himself has an awkward style. So listen, maybe, just maybe, Tyrone Spong is better than I anticipate. But listen, from what I've seen of him, I don't think he's as good as a Nicky Holzken or a Alexei Papin, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think he's at these guys' level, personally, but we will see. Ultimately, I am glad to see Oleksandr Usyk back in the ring, and, it's been nearly a year since he last fought. He last fought Bellew back in November, so it's been a while. And listen, I am looking forward to seeing Oleksandr Usyk fight again, so yeah. Bit of a mixed bag for me. I'm not going to sit here and make out like it's a good debut opponent, because I don't believe it is. I wouldn't lie to you guys and say it is, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Share your thoughts below. Peace.